This is kind of interesting as well. So this is the list of the most expensive wide receivers, so top contracts. Now, what's interesting about this, and I was surprised when I found this out, none of these players were acquired via free agency, and none have actually ever hit the open market during their career. Half of them, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Stephon Diggs, D.J. Moore, acquired via trade the same way the Browns acquired Amari Cooper. So I guess what I'm getting at, signing a free agent wide receiver, not an easy thing. They are usually overpaid for, and there's usually a high demand because it's a passing league.
We need to have a real conversation about, like, is it really a good idea to pay a wide receiver $28, $29, $30 million? Because also another thing that you saw on that list, you didn't see one contender on that list next to the team name of the wide receiver. I mean, even Philly, who's supposed to be a contender, they got bounced in the first round, and it wasn't something that shocked us, right? So I don't know how much it's really worth to go after all of these wide receivers. Yes, you want to have some. I know this 49ers would be a good argument for having some wide receivers. You definitely want to have at least one wide receiver. But when you start talking about, these guys who are getting these mega contracts, and Stephon Diggs been on the Bills forever, and they still ain't been able to do nothing about Pat Mahomes when Pat Mahomes has had Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdez-Scantling as his answer to that. So I don't know. Like, I think there's a reckoning to happen with the wide receiver position. I think it's kind of become a little overvalued. And the fact that none of these guys has hit the open market and they're still this expensive. And then you look at some of the wide receivers that did get open market money, like Kenny Galladay did. And it's not normally a good idea, right? You're going to have to overpay for these wide receivers. And then these wide receivers, if they're available, usually they're not the ones that you actually want. And even a T. Higgins, right? If he's going to get a contract like this, what's going to happen? Somebody's going to have to trade for him and give him the contract that he wants. So it just doesn't make too much sense to me right now to spend giant money at a wide receiver.
So this NFL's highest graded receivers from 2023, PFF. Number 20, Amari Cooper, a guy the Browns traded for. So Andrew Berry kind of up on the trends like that. So, that's keep an eye on a potential trade as well. So you see 265-yard day against the Texans boosted Cooper's season. Even without it, would have still racked up over 1,000 yards, averaged 2.21 yards per route run. This year, second best of his career, the best since his 2019 season with the Cowboys. So again, that's Andrew Berry is aware of all of these little things that we talk about, and is usually at the front edge of them. But again, Amari Cooper, he gave up a 5th-round pick. You had to pay him, but you gave up a 5th-round pick.
Don't you love it when people write like, "Hey man, he had 265 yards in a game, but despite that, like he didn't earn the 265 yards in the guy, like he just magically got 265 yards in a game. Like it's almost a bad thing because he got 265 yards in a game. That we got to kind of discount it, right? Like I love when that happens, as if like that yardage would have meant more if it were spread out during like 7 different games. But yeah, Amari Cooper's been really good. When he's had consistent quarterback play, he's been great. He was great when Deshaun Watson was out there consistently. He was great with PJ Walker. Okay, he was great with Joe Flacco. He has a very versatile style. And also one of the things that's underrated about Amari Cooper that I feel like the coaching staff and the people in the locker room go out their way to highlight is he is smart. Like they talk about him like a football genius behind the scenes, and he's able to figure out stuff and ways to work with different quarterbacks. And I think if him and Deshaun get a whole season together, I think he could put together another career year because the chemistry with him and Deshaun was there when Deshaun was healthy. They just didn't get that many games left. Remember, they were drawing up plays on the sideline. The chemistry was so strong.